and witnesses believe that they saw a little white animal fly through the window and stab Gregory with a carrot. Our primary suspect is Ivory McFluffin of Mountain View High School in Loveland, Colorado. The government is having trouble keeping this just in. Students forced to reenact tornado creation. A group of students has claimed that they are legally forced to harm each other, expose themselves to the brutal sunlight, get hit, thrown against walls, and spun around at a horribly dizzying rate. The primary suspect is Mr. Bonfire of Melman's Mormon High School. The victims are three freshman boys, Baxter Skyspitter, Nikolai Bronzebottom, and Tim. Detective Corey Redfoot is arriving on the scene to investigate this blasphemy.
Yeah, I came running to this school when I heard of this case because it's kind of a real issue in America, and I think we need to stop teachers from forcing kids to do stuff.
Well, it's about time you got here. Mr. Bonfire is insane. You need to get rid of this problem right now.
The detective gathered the three victims of this hate crime and interrogated them for the evidence and reasoning. The only evidence they were able to produce was a video and an arsenal of knowledge about tornadoes. We now go to Detective Redfoot as he interrogates our first victim, a Russian transfer student named Nikolai Bronzebottom.
So, Mr. Bronzebottom, you've made it apparent that you've been unwillingly injected with knowledge about tornadoes. Could you elaborate?
I forced to absorb knowledge about wind cyclones. Tornadoes, Americans call it. Teacher makes students sit down and be quiet while teacher give information on tornadoes. I learned this much. The formation of tornado is not fully understood. Scientists only know about bits and pieces. Tornadoes usually instability caused by rising warm air. Narrow zone of circumnimbus clouds forms, making tornado like business invasion. Destruction rains on victims. Lightning, rain, and hail fall from sky. After, funnel of wind fall from middle of cloud. Funnel make loud hissing sound. Then it roar when it hits ground. Once that happens, tornado roams ground, killing and throwing people until it gets bored and leaves. It's painful to cram all this knowledge into brain.
I'm gonna need to feel your pain. I'm gonna try to get to the bottom of this.
Russians feel no pain.
When I was this kid's age, I couldn't remember anything. Hopefully my professional skills will put enough into these kids' wisdom.
Hopefully Nikolai won't move back to Russia after that painful experience. Detective Redfoot is stumped by his piece of information so far. Hopefully our next victim, Baxter Skyspitter, will be able to shed some more light on this subject.
Hopefully this kid will give me enough information, because we can't go about this case without it being punished.
Hey!
You look like you're bright kid. Tell me what this monster did to you.
It's like she stuck a needle in my face and injected this little slime of knowledge. She took me by surprise. I never saw it coming, man. I guess the phase until you learn to master your brain will be your master is completely false. I had no control over this situation, dude. It's like she just...
Well, that's nice. Now tell me what you learned.
Well, dude, she told me that tornadoes occur just about everywhere in the world. From, like, India to Australia and all over the United States, man. But the most active place for tornado formation is Tornado Alley. It's like extends from Texas through North Dakota. Warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico clashes with the cold air from the north that fuels storms that form right there. Like tornadoes can form any time of the year, but many occur in the spring when there's like a tornado coming. That means there's probably a strong. And there's like a tornado coming. That means there's probably a strong precipitation cloud base, like whirling dust or debris on the ground around the cloud base. Hail or heavy rain followed by either a dead, calm, or fast, intense wind chips, or like a loud, continuous roar or rumble, which doesn't fade a few seconds like thunder. Like greenish black sky clouds moving like very rapidly, debris falling from the sky, but like a funnel clouds that hasn't touched the ground yet.
Thank you, Mr. Baxter. Thanks for your time. Man, I can't believe what these kids have been through. Oh, good!
He's down!
Evil. Also evil. Detective Redfoot needs some time to investigate this. We'll continue with the mystery of the Tornado Project after a word from our sponsor, Pepsi. Welcome back to the news. We are currently live with Detective Redfoot and determining who made these 3 students make a video about tornado formation. So far we've interviewed 2 of the 3 victims on what vile information was planted in their heads. Now we go to the detective with our final victim, Tim.
I need more info to solve this case. I hear that Tim guy's real nice. Hopefully he'll be the key to this case.
What the do you want? I'm trying to pwn noobs in Demons versus Dwarves.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you share some of what you learned from Mr. Bonfire?
Why did you have to bring up those bad memories? I'm trying to live a happy life, you head. And way, weak tornadoes may bring branches or damage signs. Damage to buildings primarily affects roofs and windows, and may very well include loss of the entire roof, or just part of the roof covering that and sheathing. Windows are usually broken from windborne. In a strong tornado, some buildings may be destroyed, but most tornadoes cause severe to incredible damage, including heavy car lifts lifted off the ground and thrown, and strong frame houses being leveled off foundations and swept away. Trees are uprooted, debarked, and splintered.
Wow, such enthusiasm.
We'll have to make sure whoever edits the sound gets erased. We just finished downloading the video, our only piece of evidence. We found all of the somewhat illegal parts and put it into the short clip.
Kill the Mexican tornado! Mexican tornado!
You guys are immature.
This is Sparta!
I'll laugh you fall in the face. So yeah, boom.
No, please. Please, I have 4 kids. I'm a man whore.
No, I could assume that by just looking at you.
Please. No. Ah, so cold. So cold. God damn it.
I'm Chuck Norris.
Pretending like you're the tornado. Except slower.
Wow, I get dizzy. I feel drunk.
Hit the Mexican!
Oh god.
I almost fell.
Hell had nothing to do with this. Okay, maybe it did. Don't. Ow! God! Oh!
Get some!
Don't. Ow! God! Oh!
Yo!
Take the glasses.
Wow, that's sad. I gotta say that Mr. Bonfire is a... Wait a second. My name is Mr. Bonfire. I teach science as a hobby at Melman's Norman School.
Well, we can safely say none of them will be leaving this hospital anytime soon. Hope they find some way to safely remove Nokiel's hand from Tim's throat. Yeah, so good night. I've learned that teachers are actually getting paid to make kids do stuff like this, and I think Mr. Bonfire will be going to jail anyways. I heard of this case, so I came running. Oh, I forgot it. What is it? Okay.
I kiss face until you learn. Your brain will become your master.
A hippie, not a thinking Russian. You're starting to blend those two.
Oh my god.
Got the lines again.
Oh.
Hopefully this. So, Mr. Bronzebottom, you have. So, Mr. I can't do this.
Dude.
Wow, I cannot promise you to feel it. Stop. Okay. Well, I'm beginning to feel your pain. I'm gonna try to get to the bottom of it.
Drugs.
Action, got it?
Dude, I'm already recording. What the f?
So, Mr. Bronzebottom. Start it over one second. Hopefully my professional skills will put an end to these kids' memory. Misery.